Hi, Kim. Thanks for your help with this. What's happened in my class is that in order to set Isidore up ahead of time and all the tests and quizzes, I had to choose dates on when things would happen in class. And up until very recently, I was sticking to those dates. But we got to the point where the students were really struggling with some material, so I had to insert some more classes, some more review material for them in order to make sure they were getting some challenging stuff. So the end result is that I'm 2 days behind. So what I've done is I've taken 2 days worth of material out toward the end of the semester because it was sort of padding, not really absolutely necessary stuff. What I need your help with is going back through and changing the due dates for everything that has been moved back to class periods. So you'll see the schedule here is this Excel file, and you only have to worry about things that happen after intersession. So everything before intersession is fine. Um, what needs to be changed are things that happen after intersession. And as you look at the schedule, what really matters are the things that are in green because these are quizzes they have to complete in Isidore. Quizzes that were set up with the old due date, and the due date now needs to be revised. So you'll go into Isidore, log in as yourself as you've done in the past, and go to the tests and quizzes tool here. Um, Tests and quizzes, I have a lot here because there are a lot of them. What I want to make sure you're doing is you're editing the pending assessments. So you'll find some of these quizzes appear later in other sections that are titled published assessments, and potentially you may also see them showing up in inactive assessments. I can find where that is. Um, you only need to worry about editing the pending ones. And you only have to worry about pending ones that are after the intersession. So basically anything that's R1 or later in the alphabet is what we're focused on. Anything before that is over with. You don't have to worry about it. So scroll down to R1, which is the first thing that needs to be fixed. What you'll need to do is the fastest way to get there is to click on Settings under R1 and then open all of these menus. It gives you a lot of things to adjust, but I actually only need you to adjust three things. The first is the date that it's due. And so this was due on October 9th. And now the new date this is due is actually October 22nd. And you can find that by seeing on the schedule when I tell them to complete the quiz is October 22nd. And so I need you to, oops, I closed that, to change this from October 9th to October 22nd. And that's all you'll need to change because every quiz is due at 8 o'clock in the morning. That doesn't need to change. The available date and retract date are just big wide windows that can stay as they've always been. You just need to adjust the due date to fit what it says in this Excel file. Okay, the other things I need you to fix too are the submission message. This is the message they receive after they submit their answers. It tells them when they get feedback. They're obviously not going to get feedback on October 9th because the quiz now isn't due till October 22nd. But since you can tell this is a multiple choice quiz, you can see it says MC rather than essay, something that the machine's going to grade, so they will get feedback on the same day they turn it in. The same day it's due. I guess they could turn it in early, but they get feedback the same day it's due, just 15 minutes later. So you just need to change that also to the date that it's due, which is when they'll receive feedback since it's a multiple choice quiz. And then finally, you need to change when Isidore will show them the feedback because you have to manually do this, which is kind of obnoxious. But this date needs to be changed too. Rather than October 9th, it's October 22nd. But the 8:15 remains the same. All right, after you have done all those things, you need to hit Save Settings and Publish. And it's going to object to that because it's going to tell you that assessment with that same name already exists in the gradebook, the old assessment that had the wrong dates on it. And you can get around that problem just by making a tiny change to the quiz by taking out that colon. will allow you to save this now as a new quiz and send it to the gradebook. So you go ahead and save settings and publish. And gives you an opportunity to double check, make sure the due date's what you want it to be, and then hit publish. Okay, so that was R1. There are many other quizzes that you'll need to do the same thing with. Just make sure you're always working under the pending assessments rather than the published assessments. Let's do another example. Essay quizzes are going to be slightly different. I guess R3 is an essay quiz. So R3, go to R3 here, open settings as before, open everything here. Focus on due date. That's going to be the same as what you've seen before. October 23rd is the due date for this quiz. Submission message will be different though, because you can't give somebody immediate feedback on an essay question. I need to give myself and my TAs at least a week to grade it. So what you need to do here is figure out, okay, that if it's due on October 23rd, what is 1 week from October 23rd? October 30th is 1 week from October 23rd. So you just change this to October 30th, so they will know that's when to expect to see their written feedback on their essay. And then of course you'll also have to tell Isidore when to send them that feedback, and so you'll change this also to October 3rd to match when you've told them that that feedback will be available. Then again, save settings and publish. It's going to want you to just change the name of the quiz slightly, so you can just take out that colon. And at that point, save settings and publish. And confirm, got the 23rd, that's the right date. We'll publish that. All right, please let me know if you have any questions about this, but I really, really appreciate your help with it. Thanks.